Hello everybody, Drew here. Tip of the Mitt flips, where every 100 subscribers there is a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure that you are subscribed so you have a chance to win. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 orders going out today for about 250 bucks. So for a Wednesday shipping day, that's fantastic. Normally, I actually get a lot more done before I pull orders and pack and stuff, but it gets hot in the afternoon, and I don't like looking like a sweaty mess on video. So I think I'm going to start doing my pull orders immediately in the morning just so I can, not look like a mess on camera. First thing up, antique photo album, B1 down here. I think it's the black one back here, right there. Antique photo album with a ton of photos in it. I took an offer, 30 bucks. I think I had it listed for 50. I picked it up. They're not all great. Some are faded and stuff, but still really cool. I think that's probably either Mackinac Island or Mackinac City, because these are all in Michigan. But I got the albums because I was going to take the pictures out, individually list all of them, but I would end up sitting on a bunch of them, and then ones where it's like horse and barn, or because that's how the antique photo resale game goes, is the more interesting the photo or the more multiple things that are in it. Because these ones, I'd have to list it, 2 ladies in dresses, that kind of thing, where some of them, if I knew what kind of car this was, I could probably figure it out, but that makes it easier to sell that kind of thing. Same thing there. Or if I know the location, which in the other photo album I did have the location. So these ones, not great shape, but 30 bucks for that. I think I paid 5 bucks for it, maybe less than that. That's good money as far as I'm concerned. Next up, one of those used VHS that's actually worth a little bit of money. It is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Va-va-voom, right there. I got $12.99 free shipping. That will go media mail. Then after that, the Songs of the Distant Earth. Songs of the Distant Earth. There we go. Arthur C. Clarke. Book Club edition. Got that in that, basically with all those books on that shelf. $7.99 free shipping. Again, media mail. This one, I sent out an offer. They countered. I took it because I had an Atari and then 100 games, and some of them were new in box, some of them were worth a decent amount of money, some were worth not much at all, but there's only 3 left out of all of them. It's time for the rest of them to go. I don't know why specifically these few haven't sold. Super Breakout I still have left, if I'm even showing you. Yes, Super Breakout here. This is the one that sold, Asteroids. And then I have one Pac-Man with the manual. This is a new in box Asteroids. $24.99 plus shipping. That's going international, so it might be free shipping, and then it's just saying that it's charged shipping because they're paying additional shipping. That's the type of item that I'm going to start using Pirate Ship for their simple export rate, because there's no reason that they should be paying 2 shipping charges for something that simple. I'm confident enough that I could ship that, and I can be selective on what countries I do that to. I'll do a little research what countries are best for shipping, but specifically Canada. I need to stop charging global shipping prices to ship to Canada. I'm a couple hours away from Canada. It just doesn't make sense. Then we have Woody Woodpecker, Escape from something. Escape from Buzz Buzzard Park. Escape from Buzz Buzzard Park. And that one, $12 free shipping. Next up, LGAKB something blah blah blah. It's a remote. It's a remote that I have multiples of. This one right here is for an LG television. As you can see, there's 3 or 4 of them right there. Not a lot of money, but I had 4 of them or 5 or whatever, however many are in there. So multiple quantity. It works out. They don't sell very fast though, so don't list that one. $6.99 free shipping. Not really worth the hassle. I was listing remotes at the time. Actually, I'll put a link at the end of this video of when I did all that. When I had, I don't know, 60 remotes or something, 100 remotes, some stupid number of remotes. Don't collect them, sell them. And then we have Patio Furniture Umbrella. What's the number? CP912. CP912. These are doing much better lately. Let's see. We got CP902. CP912. There we are, CP912. The picture on the packaging is not the thing that's inside it. I don't know why they don't have ones that match up. It is this one, basically, but why wouldn't you have the exact photo of the thing you're selling? That just doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not the company that made those. $34.99 plus shipping for that, though. And I even might have taken an offer, but that might be full price. I'm not positive. It's good money. I bought those in a big lot, bunch of furniture covers, umbrella covers, and I sold two of them were worth over $100. Those ones sold immediately, and it basically paid for the whole thing. So I'm in the profit with all of those. And I have many more that I just don't need all of them here at the same time. And then another one of these, shaving cream brush, chrome shaving cream brush. Right here, you'll see the picture, but because I'm not going to open the box. But this one they paid full price for, $12.99 free shipping. And I need to double check the quantity on that because I only have one left. And then I'm going to skip one, do it last because it's heavy. And then so we have Hive on B1. Hive B1. It's going to be down here. Way back here. It's not new, but it's complete. Weirdest thing ever. Had never heard of this game. And then I saw a meme like the next day after I bought it about it. So maybe it's popular and I just never heard of it. But I think it was one of those things where it just happened to happen where I'd never heard of a thing. And then in two days I hear about it twice. Sometimes it's just now your ears are perked up to it. Or sometimes those kind of things happen. And let me double check my battery. Because you know I like to run low. All right, we're good for now. Not for long, though. So, yesterday I did start listing the electronics. You see I got a little more room here for my feet. I didn't get through a bunch of them. I think I only got through 5 or 6. And then I was just getting wore out and a little discouraged because 2 or 3 of them didn't work. And one of them that did, I can show you. I got it completely listed. I go to sit it up here. And then I realize that there's no feet on this side. Both feet are missing on the other side. So I put that in I added it to the listing, reduced it by a couple bucks. It wasn't that nice of a unit anyways. But the big score was this one here. As far as ones that I listed so far, this is a $100+ unit. And actually the tape that was in it, super weird thing. I'll actually cut to that now. I recorded it and I didn't know when I was putting it in. But hey, future Drew, put that in now. All right, so normally I don't use the phone, but I just wanted to put this out real quick. I'll throw it into some video. Again, you find the weirdest things inside other people's things, especially electronics, whatever they, sometimes just like, oh, they listen to weird music. But I go to test out this super cool, let me flip the camera around here. This super cool Sansui, which is worth about 120 bucks. So that's a big score since I paid about $1 for it. But I hit play on the old tape that's inside of it.
You can do everything better when you are relaxed. Because relaxation is your
It's like a hypnotizing, meditating tape of some kind.
Each and every day, you notice that you become physically and mentally much stronger and fitter.
I don't know if it's just like a positive affirmations type of thing, but I found that pretty funny. The beginning, it's like, make sure you stare at the disc. So they got like a hypno disc or something they're watching. I don't know. I'm not into hypnotism. If that's something you think is useful, that's great. I've heard it works for people quitting smoking and overeating and all those kinds of things. So that's cool in my book. Not something I'm going to use, but I found that interesting. I figured some people out there might also find that interesting. And then the other one right here, this was one of the disappointments. This was actually a fairly expensive unit, and the drive motor that opens the door is, I figured out that it's burnt out. I was going to even try to fix it. I couldn't find one. In order to replace the motor, you have to know what motor it is and be able to buy that motor. I couldn't do that, so I put it in the listing, very detailed. The motor's burnt out. There's a belt that's stretched out. Both will need to be replaced. In my opinion, I put that in there too, because I don't know for sure. They could fix it and they could have another issue. So I had to list that one for parts only as well. How I decide my 4 parts only on electronics. If there isn't a 4 parts not working sold, I take whatever sold price there is and I cut it in half. It's a good rule of thumb. If somebody wants to offer less, they can offer less, but it's just a good starting point. About half price of a fully functional one, which is how my next item that sold right here, which unfortunately didn't work, is this auto reverse dual side turntable. And this is for records. I was confused a bit. I thought maybe Laserdisc, but I did some more research and watched a video on it. And this is actually a front loading record player. A drawer comes out, you put the record in, it goes in, there's 2 needles, one on top, one on bottom, and you can switch between sides, switch between songs. The reviews were not great. But one had just sold, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I'd been watching it. $300 plus like $70 shipping. Insane amount of shipping. It must have been international. I don't know, but that's silly. That's maybe a $30 ship job. I don't know, something like that, but whatever. So $370 somebody paid. So I listed it, not working, and it worked. It's just the drawer would not eject. Something's not working in that mechanism. So I tried to pull it apart, see what I could do, see if I could see what was wrong. And there's a safety catch where as soon as you take the lid off, because you have to take the lid off to change the needles, as soon as you take the lid off, it will not power on. So I didn't want to go any further. I said, that's it. Listed for parts, put what I had done, put what I thought was wrong with it, and it sold within 12 hours for parts not working. I listed it for $150 plus shipping. Boom, $150 plus shipping, 4 parts, not working, Sansui auto reverse. Let me see if I can turn it enough to at least get a part number. What are we at? PL95R. Very interesting unit. By the reviews I watched on YouTube, it wasn't built quality enough to facilitate how much money, that's not the word I want, but you get what I'm saying. It just wasn't worth the money for the hassle, because to change the needles, you have to take the thing apart to change the needles, and there's 2 needles, one on the top, one on the bottom. So for people that listen to records, being able to easily change your needle is crucial. It's not the biggest part of the whole unit, but if it's a hassle to do, you're most likely not going to do it. So I'm glad to see it go. It's not going to be super fun to pack, but it's for parts. So I don't have to, I'd said the last video or 2 videos ago, you still need to get it there in the condition it is sent. But if it was fully functional, I would probably even box it, just because of the size and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just jibber jabbing. I don't know. I'll probably pack it the exact same way I pack everything else. Sometimes like, I don't got to worry about it. And then I double bubble wrap or something silly. So it is already starting to heat up in the garage. Couple things. First off, how cool do my Pokemon cards look right here? Va-va-voom again. Well, I moved them because, not to make it look cooler over there, but because I had moved the stuff out of the way, I was like, oh, let me test some games now that I can get to my PlayStation. And that's what I ended up doing, is once I got kind of burnt out on testing the electronics, and it was just a lot of sweaty moving around, I just switched over and started testing some PlayStation games, finished out my day like that, and I think that's kind of going to be, for these hot summer months, how it goes. I had mentioned before, now I don't have to worry about buying too much, because I did the math and figured out I need at least 1,500 items to get me through the winter months, the non-garage sale months. So I'm just going to stop bringing stuff here. Everything's going to go to the storage unit. I won't be going through my buys until it comes in. So it won't be I go to the garage sale and then I go over what I got. It just isn't going to work. I'd have to bring it in, then pack it back up and take it out. So I'll bring them in chunks of when I did the buy. So it'll be all the same things from a buy. Like I just did a big vintage toy buy. I did another electronics buy, stuff like that. I'll bring them in whole lots. So it's kind of a congruent timeline, but it will be delayed. Speaking of the shelf, how I ended up getting these new shelves in is I had to order some of these, which pretty simple are like the shelf peggy thingies. These are the 5mm. And that will bring me to my tip of the day. Tip of the day. Tip of the day. I'd mentioned something like this before when I spoke about buying twist ties like this for your electronics, where someone that I bought these from buys these in huge quantities and then breaks them up into smaller quantities and sells them to other people. These little thingies right here, for 8 of them, it was $1 less than this pack of 120. So most people would go, I don't need 120 of them. I just need the 8. I actually needed 12. There was no quantities of 12. There was some that were 10. That's stupid. You need 4 to put up a shelf. So that's just dumb planning. But I needed 12. I bought a pack of 120. I'll see what other listings look like. And I'm going to break that up into some amount that seems like an amount that's going to make me some money. At worst case scenario, I'll end up paying nothing for the ones I used. Best case scenario, it'll be another one of those small items that gets peppered in once a week, couple times a month, whatever. That's just extra money for very little effort. I'll probably, maybe I'll do some packs of 4. I'll have to check. I'll have to check what all the going rates are, how many are listed, if it's even possible to make any kind of profit. Worst case scenario, I'll list it as a pack of 100. I'll even leave the extras in there and I'll sell it for exactly what I paid for it and break even. That's worst case scenario. So if you are buying something, at least check what bulk of that would cost and see if maybe it's worth breaking that out and cutting your losses, breaking even, making a profit, all of the above. It's not always worth the effort or the hassle, but for me, yeah, that's not a lot of hassle, not a lot of effort, and I can just take this bag right here, if I don't dump them, take this bag right here, which takes up 0 space, tuck it somewhere, and find some type of container, maybe some, I don't know, stamp bags or whatever they're called, or some smaller Ziplocs of some kind, just to keep them organized. Something like that. But that's going to be all for this one today. I hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.